Yo, what's going on guys? I'm Entity Maze. For over 22 years in the Pokemon anime, our main protagonist Ketchum has travelled alongside 16 companions on his journey, which is always debated in the community which of these companions are the worst, most decent, and the best. Which today, I am wanting to tackle that topic for myself. Welcome to ranking every Ketchum companion from worst to best. Disclaimer, this ranking will be based on my own personal opinions, so if you don't agree with a certain placement, then that's why. Although, I'd appreciate it if you can at least respect my opinions, in which I'll respect yours in the comments down below like always. I'd actually love to hear your personal ranking. But with that said, that's all I have to say for this intro now. So, let's not waste any more time and jump right into this. Let's go! Starting this list off at number 16, we have Max. Much like the series he was introduced in, he was just pretty forgettable to me. The only thing I really remember him for was him always presenting himself in a know-it-all way, which I don't really like people with those kind of personalities whatsoever. And he even constantly criticized Ash's battle style, which came across as very annoying to me, as although he may have a higher IQ than Ash, despite being younger, Ash has definitely had more experience with battles than he would ever had. Especially because Max hasn't been able to have much official battles because he isn't the suitable age to become a Pokemon trainer yet. And sure, Max is the son of the gym leader Norman and often watched his battles, but still, Ash knows what works best for him. At least Max finally stopped criticizing Ash's battle style towards the end of the Kanto Battle Frontier though. But that was towards the end of the series, so it was a little bit too late. Outside of that personality though, upon researching Max, I did at least come to remember all the Pokemon he befriended along his journey, which the bond he shared with all of them, to be honest, were pretty wholesome. But aside from that, I literally have nothing else I could possibly say for him. Next up for this list at number 15, we have the trainer a majority of your viewers would have expected to be at number 16, which is Tracy. Now, whereas he is still very low on this list, I don't actually dislike him or hate him as much as other people do. He was a chill dude, and his Pokemon Watcher goal is one of the most distinctive goals we've seen from a companion of Ash's, which I can appreciate. I mean, I wish it could have been executed a little bit better, but it was alright. Aside from stating Tracy is a nice dude though, again, much like Max, he's pretty forgettable. So, that's all I really have to say for him. But coming in at number 14 now, we have Sophocles. I must stress that I don't actually dislike or hate his character like a majority of the fandom. Sophocles is quite decent. He also has a very distinctive goal, that being to become an astronaut. Just, you can't really show progress towards that in a school. He's had neat developments such as evolving Volt, gaining a Z-Ring and Sea Crystal, mastering a Z-Move while learning not to rely on others like he usually does, and even overcoming his fear of the dog, which the anime had originally presented that fear as a gag. So, I do appreciate how it got meaning. In fact, that brings me to how I also like how realistic Sophocles feels as a character, being a kid who feels quite sensitive, curious, and a bit rude. But he then mellows from all of this as he grows into this series, like a real kid's growth. Just when you compare Sophocles to the likes of other characters higher up on this list, he's nowhere near as special due to the large amount of development and even loving personalities they have. It's evaluation time! Silent is here at the number 13 spot. Man, this dude is so lovable. He gets far too much hate. Why I love him is simply because of that comedic personality. I always find myself laughing at one of the bizarre sentences he makes or whatever stupid situation he finds himself in. Hell, outside of that comedy as well, I particularly enjoyed how he acted as a mentor to many trainers due to his goal of once to become an S-class connoisseur. Just, I wish we got more episodes dedicated to Silent finding something blocking his path of becoming a better connoisseur. Though, to be honest, I wouldn't even be able to think of something myself. So I could give the writers the benefit of doubt here. But, yeah, as you should hopefully see, I adore Silent because of her attractive personality and mentor-like figure. Just, there's a mentor down the road who was handled better. For this number 12 spot, I have such a controversial choice, and that is Misty. Yeah, I'm sorry. The reason why she's this low on the list is because for me personally, I just did not find her, how do I put this slightly, hyperactive, frustrated personality to be enjoyable to watch within the Kanto series. It often displeased me, myself only finding some enjoyment from it if it led into a funny gag or whatever. So, yeah. However, don't leave the video yet, Misty fans, because I will admit, in the Johto Chronicles and Sun and Moon series, I finally found myself respecting Misty's character, and that is because she had grown more mature and optimistic, mellowing from her original personality. So, yeah, I cannot express enough how much I actually adored watching Misty in the Pokemon Chronicles series specifically. She was so happy this time around, and it was lovely to see what work she needs to conduct as a gym leader, often having standard battles as well. That's when Misty was at her all-time best. She had even received satisfactory development overall at time to time as well. Just, I don't find any of it, apart from herself overcoming her fear of Gyarados, to be worth mentioning. This next character I'm about to go over is a character quite a few people got upset that I did not talk about in my ranking series video, and that is Bonnie, herself being number 11 on this list. Which, yes, despite cutting her out in that video, and despite hundreds of people finding Bonnie annoying, much like Max, I actually find her very delightful. I'm just as shocked as quite a few of you people watching, as honestly, I did expect myself to find Bonnie to be worrisome upon beginning the XY series. Yet, I ended up finding her cheerful, playful, naive and comical personality to be something I smiled upon all the time. Especially the comical side, with jokes such as teasing Serena about her crush on Ash, laughing at the most stupidest of things, and of course, trying to find her brother a partner. Which, when she actually found a compatible partner, she ended up getting jealous, which was cute and chucklesome. Of course, because Bonnie is like 6 or 8 years old, she isn't a Pokemon trainer. Yet, within the XYZ season, she took care of a legendary Pokemon and then played a major role in the Team Flare arc. That was startling, yet amazing to witness. I mean, if you compare it to the likes of how many legendaries and mythicals are getting looked after in Sun and Moon, that even play a major role, it isn't as special now, but it was really mind-blowing to witness back then. There's been another part I like about her character. The writers managing to do something special with her, despite not being a trainer. So, yeah, as you should hopefully see, I don't actually dislike this character, but rather admired how different she was, along with enjoying that jolly personality. Here's an even more controversial choice. At number 10, I have Iris. I know for a fact a majority of the fandom would easily place her before Misty instead of after her like I have. But I feel as if Iris had received more noteworthy development which helped me like her more as a character. Such as that whole arc dedicated to Iris capturing a disobedient Dragonite, which really helped test her Dragon Master goal, as if she was to try and understand and even control every single dragon type, she needs to learn how to control these common types of dragons, who are cocky, and we even have that arc dedicated to learning about Iris's past. Herself having befriended a Drillbur, which she had trained to become quite a powerful Excadrill, beating all sorts of trainers in her village without losing. Yet when the gym leader Drayden came along to challenge her, she had received her first loss, teaching her that she still has a lot more to learn about battles and even how to treat Pokemon, seeming as she pushed Excadrill into this battle, despite it knowing it wasn't able to defeat Haxorus, Drayden's Pokemon. Yet, a couple years later upon returning home to her village, after being on her own journey, she got the chance to battle Drayden once again, where she managed to prove that she's learned a lot since her past, because of all sorts of remarkable events we got to witness beforehand. Drayden even stating that Iris will make a good gym leader replacement one day. Which all of this was just as satisfying to watch as much as it was satisfying for Iris. When putting all of this development together, it made for a pretty nice developed character. Obviously not as spectacular as other companions would be going over, but it was still fairly good. Outside of that development as well, I'm not gonna lie, outside of a constant quote of, "Oh, you're such a little kid," her personality was alright. I often smiled at this character. So because of her all-around decent personality, development, and even entertaining battles actually, is the reason why I like Iris more than Misty, and even why she takes this number 10 spot. This next character coming in at the number 9 spot shares one major thing in common with Silent, and that is cooking. Cooking actually being a part of their goal. Yes, I'm on about Mallow. She's such a fun character. She has a really attractive personality due to being so positive. She has a wholesome bond with the Sun and Moon cast and Pokemon. She has a goal which I thought would be extremely boring to watch, that being to create the best restaurant in Alola for both humans and Pokemon. Yet, episodes dedicated to her finding recipes to make this become reality are surprisingly very entertaining. And finally, seeming as I've mentioned episodes, she does actually have some of the best episodes within the entire Sun and Moon series, if I'm to be honest, which is a bonus, such as all those exciting recipe episodes, the episode where she ran away from home because her dad overworked her, became drunk on honey, and then after her dad apologized to her, she realizes how much he actually loves her, and, of course, we have episode 108, where Mallow met her deceased mother. But if I'm to talk more about this episode, I'd honestly end up ranting on why I idolize it so much. So I'll just leave a link to that review in the description below. However, the point I'm trying to get across is that these episodes were simply stunning, that it just helped me appreciate Mallow's character even more. Feeling like such a realistic character as well, which is really engaging. Altogether, Mallow is just one charming character. Fishing up for number 8 spot, we have Lana. If I'm to be 100% honest, when we first ever got introduced to this character, I found distasting a goal of wanting to explore the sea in a bubble. I mean, sure, much like the majority of the Sun and Moon companions, it's a very distinctive goal, but like, it's so silly at the same time. But, you know what? After getting to witness overtraining both her and Poplio conducted to try and reach that goal, and of course just become stronger trainers, you know what? I'm honestly accepting of that goal now, as that progress was quite cool to watch. Poplio even managing to evolve all the way into a Primarina, which is kind of impressive. But that's all I can say for this goal as of right now. But what makes Lana stand on top of other characters with more development, such as Iris, is just the fact that I hold such a surprisingly good amount of fondness for a character when it comes to her personality. Like, yo, she for sure is one of the most hilarious characters with all her gags, especially for ones which include one-upping Kure in sports. And, you know what? It's just nice to see an Ash Ketchum girl for once have a calm and gentle nature, instead of being all cutesy. Though, I do seem to prefer cutesy characters, as you'll soon see later on this list. But still, Lana made it here in the top 10 at number 8. So obviously, I do quite admire her. She is honestly a nice change of pace. Proceeding on with this list, we have Kure at number 7. I don't know about you guys, but I find Kure to essentially be a second Ash. And that is because Kure has a goal of wants to become a stronger trainer, wants to bring out the best in all of his Pokemon, is surprisingly strong, is wildly competitive, and has a fondness for Pokemon. Like seriously, all of that relates to our boy Ash. And I kinda like seeing that within a companion for once. A couple of things that makes him different from Ash though is the fact that he was a little bit edgy within the first few Sun and Moon episodes, is in general a calm and collected individual, if nobody disrespects the importance of Z-rings or does villainous acts, uses only fire types for his battles, and finally, he can be quite overprotective of his younger sister. And overall, with that said, this makes Kure have some uniqueness stemming from his character, which is superb, as if he was 100% like Ash, I could have found it a little bit tiresome to see two of the exact same characters in almost every Sun and Moon episode. The reason why Kure isn't a little high up on this list though, despite myself liking Ash as one of my favourite characters in the anime, along with liking these differences in Kure like I just stated, is because I feel as if the other companions had more to offer in terms of uniqueness and development. Though, that's not to say I dislike the development episodes Kure had, as to be honest, they were very excellent. Such as the episode where he had trained Turtonator to learn a new move to be able to catch Marowak, and that very impressive, action-packed episode where Kure battled against Tapu Lele on Akala Island to obtain a scale from it, so he could then gift it to Tapu Fini, who had captured his friends on Pony Island. In which, it was then revealed that this whole journey Kure had was a trial, receiving the Flyenium Z as a reward. Very nice. Claremont gear on. At number 6, we have Claremont, which, much like how this spot might have shocked quite a few of you watching, this character also really shocked me. I did not expect to have as much amusement as I did with him. So, pretty much the main reason why I treasure this character is because of the magnificent development he had gained. That being that only within 9 episodes, Ash inspired Claremont to continue travelling with him instead of holding his title of a gym leader, as he had felt like he could learn a lot from the crazy stuff Ash does, standing up to his own father regarding this as well, who that father always wanted Claremont to strive to be a better gym leader, which his father actually allowed him to continue travelling with Ash, as it would indeed help him become a better gym leader. And then many episodes later, Claremont then actually starts to feel like his skills as a trainer is still nowhere near as superior as Ash is when Ash had defeated the 4th gym leader, which Ash had to defeat 4 gym leaders to battle Claremont at Lumio City. Yet, after realizing he does have the strong willpower inside of him, upon his Luxio evolving, he even travels back to Lumio City alone to train for his battle against Ash, in which he then provided us the best gym battle within the entirety of the Pokemon anime. Yes, I do believe it's more monumental than both Olympus and Wolfric's gym battles. I'll be talking more about that gym battle and even my other favourites one day. But for now, finishing off Claremont's main development, because of this battle, despite losing, though to be fair it was quite a close battle, he felt stronger than ever before, Ash even complimenting him, which helped boost his confidence even more to believe he can become an incredible gym leader, continuing to travel with Ash to learn more, which all of this was just nice to see within a third character, as usually the third characters don't get that much development, though again, it seems like Silent and even Brock was more of a mentor, so I can't complain that much. But still, it felt so satisfying to see a third character gain this much development, the development itself being very remarkable in my eyes as well. Hell, I haven't even touched upon Claremont's personality yet, which was always a joy to watch, to be honest. It was kinda like Brock and Silent's personality combined, with a little bit more wittiness added due to Claremont always inventing some gadgets. So, of course, I would enjoy seeing this personality shine. If there's one thing I did remember from the Forgettable Advance series, that for sure is May's stellar character, who May is taking this strong number 5 spot. May was the first ever Pokegirl and even companion to receive a vast amount of development after the original series had not provided much for the companions, which that development was handled in a illustrious way, and still holds very distinctive features to this day, despite 2 Pokegirls being very similar to her. This development all begins with May not particularly being fond of Pokemon and just wants to travel the world without one, which this is the first distinctive feature I'm on about. It was intriguing to see something like this within, you know, the Pokemon world, where everybody seems to hold such an attachment to Pokemon and use them for all sorts of daily activities. Nor do I think we ever saw a character like this within the games back in the past. So May was already one fascinating character. to see her then struggle and hold very little interest in using Pokemon was quite rich as well. But of course, when May finally gets to grips with using and understanding Pokemon, she starts to admire their beings much like everybody else does, which was neat. This then eventually making her decide she wants to become a coordinator once finding an interest in that career as well. Which she for sure was one dazzling coordinator. She provided us such eye candy with everything she came up with for Pokemon contests. And seeing her struggle with that goal at time to time, especially with her rival Drew, who really pushed her to become the best she could possibly be, was very compelling to watch. Of course, we also have the fact that her family wants her to become a gym leader much like Norman, the father of the family, which she made stray away from that and decided to do what makes her happy, was very engaging and even taught us an important lesson. As there's many people in the world who are forced to do what their parents want, you should be able to have the power to live your life to the fullest with happiness and hopefully reach whatever dream you are working towards. I feel like with certain aspects of her development wasn't executed as well as a character we'll be exploring later on this list, who experienced something similar. Outside of May's development though, we also had a character that shined brightly with a dinky personality. And by that, I mean it was something extremely charming to watch. She was very sweet, friendly, caring, and optimistic. Well, mostly optimistic, but that's when somebody steals her food, which I can honestly relate to. But yeah, when food isn't involved, her personality is very lovely. So, because of everything I've stated for this section of the video, of course, I wouldn't forget May's character, despite the series she debuted in being forgettable. She was such a top-notch character. This number 4 spot may come as a surprise to many of you watching, and that is because this spot belongs to Lilie. Many of my regular viewers thinking she's my favourite Pokemon anime character ever because of how much stuff I've expressed towards her in videos and even in my channel branding, her having been plastered on my icons and banners for a good 2 years or so. However, nah, she's actually my 4th favourite Ash companion and my 5th favourite character from the anime overall. Her game self, on the other hand, is my all-time favourite character in the Pokemon games. But we're here to talk about Anime Lilie today, which because she's in the top 4, yeah, I hold a very strong attachment towards her. Just from the first few Sun and Moon episodes, especially episode 8, which was the first episode, her innocent, kind-hearted, low self-esteem personality made me become attracted to this character. Like seriously, I always found myself smiling whenever she got a time to shine on screen. Because of this such a loving personality as well, I started to become intrigued with the mystery surrounding her, which that mystery was of course why she cannot touch Pokemon. Myself coming up with so many theories to why this may be, especially during season 2, which I've never really speculated on one character so much on this channel that isn't Ash. I truly enjoyed investing so much time into her. And when this mystery was finally revealed, that being that she was almost abducted by an alien Pokemon at a very young age, which made a Pokemon made to destroy these aliens save her, was by far one of the most dark, shocking, yet exciting scenes I've ever witnessed from the anime. Like bro, she was only like 6 or whatever, and that had happened to her. No wonder she found herself unable to touch Pokemon. That must have been such a terrifying experience. In fact, just the raw emotion from the flashback shows how traumatic this was for her. I couldn't help but feel incredibly sorry for her. She technically sustained PTSD because of all this. As you should hopefully see, I found this past to be a very fulfilling ending after all those theories that had been conducted. It was astonishing to witness a character have such a dark, traumatic past, unlike all the other companions on this list. Of course though, her captivating personality and past isn't the only thing I adore Lilie for, as the development Lilie had gained before and after the revelation of this past was brilliant. We have received 3 remarkable episodes where Lilie learned to conquer her fear and touch a Pokemon after bonding with them, while after these episodes, seeing Lilie encounter Sylvali, the Pokemon tried protector in the past, and then gained PTSD once again, not being able to touch the Pokemon she managed to break through and touch, to then be able to touch every single Pokemon once to learn the truth of her past, was an exemplary emotional rollercoaster for us all to feel, working wondrous joys for the Aether arc as well. What made this part of the development so special as well was just seeing how happy Lilie was after all of this. It was for sure the happiest we ever saw her, going in for a hug on all sorts of her friends' Pokemon, and even then playing jump rope with the same Pokemon, with a fast, beautiful smile on her face. Like, oh my god, I kid you not, I truly do believe those scenes were the most wholesome scenes in the entire Pokemon anime. Myself even letting out a tear, which that is because I felt so happy to see this girl finally gain the ability to do something she mourned for such a long time. I've never felt so happy for a Pokemon character before. It was such a fulfilling ending to her main development. And why I say main development is because this girl received so much more development, from herself transforming from a low self-esteem trainer into a caring, confident trainer, which shows the fact there is courage in all of us, even if we have to search to find it, which I admire this lesson. And she even became quite strong as a trainer, as seen in some of the battles she's had. She's even allowed to keep her father's C-ring, which I bet that will somehow play a role into Lilie finding a goal to work towards. Whichever no goal has obviously been stated yet, I know for a fact I will cherish whatever she gets given. Nor does the fact that a character has not been completed yet change the fact that I already hold such a powerful adoration from this character because of all the development I've gone over, and even that personality, which got even more heartwarming as the series went on. No need to worry, Dawn has finally found her way on this list, taking a very respectful and sturdy number 3. Now, although I did admit I had a crush on Dawn when I was around 10 years old within my ranking series video, that isn't the reason why she is this high up on the list. I mean, her personality was what pretty much made me have a crush on her all those years ago, which is something I still find appealing to this day. I mean, who couldn't? She's pretty much exactly like me, but a little bit more positive. However, her stimulated development is what makes me cherish her so much in the present day. Unlike me, Dawn wants to become a coordinator because her mother was a top coordinator back in the day, which you would assume because Dawn is related to a top coordinator, she would have such an easy time smashing all sorts of contests. Yet, she had a very rough time holding her feet, losing many contests because of such silly yet simple mistakes. This even then causing Dawn in one episode to break down in tears after holding them for quite a while in previous episodes. Which all of this was just really striking. It was stupendous to see somebody of the same blood of a top coordinator suffer all of this, teaching all of us as well that we have much to learn in life even if we think we're ready for the task. Hell, May lost like 1 or 2 contests at first when starting her journey, while Dawn on the other hand lost like 4, which is a lot. This making Dawn's sorrowful times far superior, but also because of the powerful emotion being showcased. What makes Dawn's development superior than May in my opinion as well, is when Dawn finally breaks her streak of losing contests by actually defeating May herself in a contest, when May came to visit Sinnoh, who she had even helped Dawn, along Zoe, gain her confidence back. Like, come on! You would assume May, who's had more experience with contests, would have defeated Dawn. But nope, Dawn was the one who came out victorious. That just goes to show how excellent Dawn's performance skills are, once she learned from her silly mistakes. And then of course after this, Dawn went on to win every other contest in sight, and even earned the title of runner-up at the Grand Festival, which is exceptional. All of her performances in contests were simply beautiful, elegant, dazzling, and magical. Not only did Dawn learn from contest mistakes though, but she also learned all sorts of other worthy development, such as taming a Mamoswine who had decided to ignore her upon evolving, improving her battle skills, and improving her cooking skills for Poffins. Very nice. Dawn is just impressive all around, as you can tell. I cherish her a lot. She for sure deserves this number 3 spot. Taken for runner-up title for this list is none other than the character that nobody seems to dislike in the fandom, and that is because they are super likable, and maybe even hunky. Oh yes, I'm on about our boy Brock. Now, if you've paid attention to this list so far, my favourite characters mostly consist of those who had received a huge amount of development, yet Brock is here at number 2. Despite having received little development over the years he travelled with Ash. However, to be honest, I don't think Brock needed much development whatsoever because he was the most experienced trainer out of Ash and one of the companions he was travelling alongside with. He was a gym leader after all. He always had the answers to all sorts of situations. Not only that, but he passed his wisdom he had learned in his childhood onto those characters he travelled alongside with, himself being a sort of mentor, which is highly admirable and still unique compared to other companions on this list who just became beginner trainers or companions who were still learning new things on their journey. I mean, obviously Brock did still learn a couple of things on his journey, especially when he was transitioning into his Pokemon Doctor goal. However, he is still definitely the most experienced companion out of them all. Within the Diamond & Pearl series though, Brock only seemed to mentor Dawn on a couple of things, or leaving Ash to learn things on his own, despite mentoring Ash in the original series and advanced series beforehand. And that is because both me and Zach, who Zach had talked to me about this in DMs, believe this was because Brock knew Ash and now finally become a far more experienced trainer than himself. But Ash no longer needed to rely on his smarts to help him with battles. So, because of this, Brock was then finally allowed to question what he wants to work towards for a goal, which him then leaving the anime is kind of the anime's way of showing Ash has grown even more, which I really appreciate that theme. This further showing that Brock's role all along in the anime, despite having a goal of his own, was to be a mentor. But now, he can finally work on his desired goal, now that all the companions and Ash himself have grown into strapping trainers. That's brilliant. This is why Brock didn't need development. Not only did I appreciate this mentor role though, but of course, much like what a majority of the fandom love Brock for, is his personality. That being that he is wise, friendly, caring, and extremely hilarious, from himself always crushing on girls, and even finding himself in all sorts of silly situations. He definitely is the most hysterical character within the anime. So, because of all of this, Brock 100% deserves this runner-up spot. He was such a captivating character. However, let's now move on to number 1, shall we? Which, the character taking this number 1 crown as Ash's best companion, who I'm sure you've all figured out by now, is none other than the character who actually wants the crown for themselves. The crown of Kalos Queen, Serena. Although Serena may be a little bit controversial these days, the deep affection I hold for her character has still not faded away, and probably never will. She's simply phenomenal. Where most of this endearment comes from is from the overwhelming amount of development she had received over the course of the XY series. And when I say overwhelming, I really mean that. As ladies and gentlemen, I had originally wrote a 15-minute segment for Serena in this video, which all had to do with her impressive development. But I feel like that is overkill for this particular video idea. So in the future, I'll make a full video dedicated to why I have such a devotion towards her character. While here, I'll try and keep things short by going over the most noteworthy development and even how I feel about her personality. So, jumping right into this, the most major development Serena had received was definitely within episode 60, her showcase debut, where she had lost that showcase, let on extreme amounts of tears, and then after being comforted by her Pokemon, she ultimately cut her hair. Which although the sadness Serena felt may sound a little weird at first, let me remind you lot that Serena felt pretty worthless on her journey before finding a goal to work towards in life. And even when she did have a goal before going on a journey, a goal she was forced to work towards, she failed miserably at it and disliked it with a burning passion. So, to finally find a goal she has a strong passion for, and then fail miserably at it the first time around, would definitely make her feel worthless once again, especially because her mother, before accepting Serena's new goal, refused to believe Serena would have the power to make this new goal of hers become reality, as she easily gave up on her old goal, which she was coaching her for. She just proved her mother's original point here, even though she went through a lot to prove she has the power to make this new goal become reality. Which that whole plot point, by the way, was fantastic. I really adore the Skittle concept as well. But getting back on track, not only that, but Serena did pretty much embarrass herself in a large crowd of people on live TV. And she's 10 years old at the end of the day. It's a known fact that younger people get emotional easily compared to adults, due to them not fully maturing yet. So, altogether, the emotion Serena showed was definitely justified. When she let out an extreme amount of tears as well, I couldn't help but feel so much sympathy for her character because I already knew of these past events and how Serena acts as a character. In fact, I'd go as far to say it was hard-tugging to watch, as I did honestly let out a tear, which fact goes to show how superior this scene was in comparison to the coordinator girls who suffered a similar first fate. For Serena to then go and cut her hair is actually a reference to Japanese culture, which basically cutting your hair means you've apparently gone under a dramatic, life-altering change, which Serena indeed went to change a lot, finally keeping that vigorous past in the past, along with her actually maturing further. As one thing many people tend to overlook when it comes to her developing is that when she used to have long hair, she was a bit more immature and even a bit of a rebel. We saw this shine strongly with her relationship with her mother. Yet, when she cut her hair, she grew more mature. And I feel like that's outstanding detail. No, just altogether, this development was just phenomenal when knowing the true, beautiful meaning behind it. She even changed her outfit, again signifying a new life, which she indeed went on to become such an excellent performer. Like seriously, they were all stellar to watch, even after she had to suffer some more tragic events. Yet, they were astonishing to watch due to the never-ending growth she was receiving, which I idolized so much. Man, you have no idea how much more I want to talk about Serena's tremendous development here, but that surprisingly already took a long time to explain. So, let's finish up Serena's character here by talking about her personality, which the best way I can describe it is that she's exactly like Mallow and some parts of both May and Dawn, aka she's very polite, friendly, cute, has a love for fashion and clothing, and can even have a funny side. I can't get over that cosplay episode. That for sure was one of the most hysterical episodes ever. So, because of all of that, you know for a fact that I found her character to be extremely appealing. In fact, I can't get enough of that enchanting personality. Altogether regarding Serena's character, she's pretty much the full package when it comes to everything I want within a character. A bewildering, long in-depth story, which leads into stupendous development, and a personality which anybody can get along with. God, what an extraordinary character she ended up being. I cannot wait to talk more about her for that future video. And that concludes my rankings. Ooh, this has to be the most fun I've ever had with a ranking video so far. However, I guess that was to be expected, as this video did finally give me the excuse to talk about some of my favourite Pokemon characters ever. Do let me know in the comments down below what your personal favourite Ash Ketchum companions are though. I love to hear, as we can have different opinions. And I love to hear all sorts. Next time for this ranking series, I'll be ranking every Pokemon movie from worst to best. So if you're intrigued by that idea, then stay tuned. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, which has now come to an end, then please be sure to consider leaving a like, a share, and if you're new here, a subscribe along with it to that bell icon to stay in loop with all things Pokemon anime related. If you want to support this channel any further away, I also have a Patreon. Thank you for watching everybody, This is Entity Maze, signing out.